Learning never exhausts the mind. Art is never finished, only abandoned. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. Knowledge of the past and of the places of the earth is the ornament and food of the mind of man. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Although nature commences with reason and ends in experience, it is necessary for us to do the opposite, that is to commence with experience and from this to proceed to investigate the reason. Experience never errs, it is only your judgments that err by promising themselves effects such as are not caused by your experiments. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. I love those who can smile in trouble, who can gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but they whose heart is firm, and whose conscience approves their conduct, will pursue their principles unto death. Just as food eaten without appetite is a tedious nourishment, so to study without zeal, damage the memory by not assimilating what it absorbs. He who truly knows has no occasion to shout. Men of lofty genius when they are doing the least work are most active. Life is pretty simple, you do some stuff. Most fails. Some works. You do more of what works. If it works big, others quickly copy it. Then you do something else. The trick is the doing something else. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. Why does the eye see a thing more clearly in dreams than the imagination when awake? Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master. He who loves practice without theory is like the sailor who boards ship without a rudder and compass and never knows where he may cast. Nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first understood. All sciences are vain and full of errors that are not born of experience, the mother of all knowledge. Once you have tasted the taste of sky, you will forever look up. Iron rusts from disuse, stagnant water loses its purity, and in cold weather becomes frozen. Even so does inaction sap the vigors of the mind. Just as courage imperils life, fear protects it. The painter has the universe in his mind and hands. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. There are three classes of people, those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. Life well spent is long. Details make perfection, and perfection is not a detail. The knowledge of all things is possible. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. Common sense is that which judges the things given to it by other senses. It is easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. Principles for the development of a complete mind. Study the science of art. Study the art of science. Develop your senses, especially learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. The artist sees what others only catch a glimpse of. A wave is never found alone, but is mingled with the other waves. It had long since come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Beyond a doubt, truth bears the same relation to falsehood as light to darkness. Nature is the source of all true knowledge. She has her own logic, her own laws. She has no effect without cause nor invention without necessity. The deeper the feeling, the greater the pain. If you find from your own experience that something is a fact and it contradicts what some authority has written down, then you must abandon the authority and base your reasoning on your own findings. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. As you cannot do what you want what you can do. Life without love is no life at all. Necessity is the mistress and guide of nature. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. The truth of things is the chief nutriment of superior intellects. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so a life well spent brings happy death. There are 4 powers: memory and intellect, desire and covetousness. The 2 first are mental and the others sensual. The 3 senses, sight, hearing, and smell, cannot well be prevented, touch and taste not at all. Obstacles cannot crush me, every obstacle yields to stern resolve. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. He who wishes to be rich within a day, will be hanged within a year. The supreme misfortune is when theory outstrips performance. All knowledge which ends in words will die as quickly as it came to life, with the exception of the written word, which is its mechanical part. It is an acknowledged fact that we perceive errors in the work of others more readily than in our own. Make your work to be in keeping with your purpose. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. Every action needs to be prompted by a motive.